Okay.
Hello and welcome to our Saturdays with Tara Hangout on Air. I'm Mary Beth at the Law Traction Club on the web at the loaclub.com. On these hangouts, we collaborate with our friends Tara. Today's today's call is actually an open call and is a summary of our theme for the week and an introduction to our next 4-week challenge on relationships. So our topic is creating the relationships of your dreams. Start by knowing and loving you. You can get invites to our open calls, which we offer periodically, and our powerful free letting go process by going to the loaclub.com. Our next 4-week challenge, creating the relationships of your dreams, will begin May 13th, Saturday, 28-day challenge. So we are going to open up the floor now to Robin and Tara, and then we'll hear from Rachel bringing through Tara. So welcome, everyone, and over to you, Robin.
Welcome to this open call and an opportunity to hear 3 slightly different versions of us collaborating through these 3 dear friends of ours. Next Saturday, we'll be starting our new 4-week challenge to you all, creating the relationship of your dreams. And it will be an opportunity to focus and commit to getting more out of life by creating a new and evolved relationship with yourself, and thereby creating new and evolved relationships with everybody else in your world. If that sounds like fun, and it's the sort of fun you've been missing out on, then here's our recommendation. Make a commitment to yourself that this will be the month when everything and everyone in your life changes. And then come join us. The stark truth about relationships is that if you're not intersecting with others in ways that are loving and supporting, then that's because you're not a match to that. And there are not enough how-tos on the planet to change that picture. Because it's not about what you need to do about that. It's about how you need to think about it. Resetting your point of attraction is an internal process. And once you get there, you don't need how-tos at all. Once you get there, miracles happen. And there's no power in heaven or on earth that can keep you apart from relationships that you're looking for. So let's talk about how you get there. This discussion is about attracting what you want, be it joyful relationships, flowing abundance, or vibrant health. And there's not much you really must know, because you'll do very well at all of this if you simply, A, choose to feel good more than you default to feeling bad, and B, joyfully spend more time imagining what you want than worrying about what you don't want. That's it. Just be a Pollyanna. Pollyanna got a bum rap. Now that's easy to say, but many of you have settled into a well-practiced view of the world that makes it not so easy to achieve. So we're going to give you an easier path to follow. We're going to suggest you rethink and remember and refamiliarize yourself with who you are. Because once you get there, you have a foundation you can build on, and all the rest is downhill. Let's begin with these statements, and then we'll expand on them, and then we'll get into the nuts and bolts of being in harmony with those other people in your world. 1, you're living life at the fingertips of you. Back at your core, you are one with everything. You are timelessly in relationship with everything that is. 2. What surrounds you is a reflection of the choices you have made. Your beliefs and the expectations that come from those beliefs design your world. 3. The relationship you have with yourself sets the stage for the relationships you have with everything and with everyone you experience. Now let's look at these in a little more detail. 1. You're living life at the fingertips of you. In other words, your conscious engagement with this space-time world is taking place at the extremity of the enormous entity that you are. That extremity might often seem like it's everything, but it's not. The greater you is a timeless, always connected extension of the collective consciousness of all that is. And we're encouraging you to feel that enormity, to get a sense of that greater you. At first, it may be only an intellectual understanding, but as you settle into knowing the source of you, you can also settle into viscerally experiencing that connectedness. At your source, you are one with everything, and you are ceaselessly in relationship with everything that is. 2. What surrounds you is a reflection of the choices you have made. Of course, we're talking about what you call the law of attraction. And it's not just some tool you can use or not use. It's the fundamental force that forms everything. It's how the world and everything and everyone in it is formed. It's how the consciousness that is you began an eternity ago as a desire, and about how you evolved through experiences and new desires and new choices. Your beliefs and the expectations that come from those beliefs are the blueprint for your world. Everything you experience, absolutely everything, comes from those choices of yours and from nowhere and nobody else. 3. The relationship you have with yourself sets the stage for the relationships you have with everything and with everyone you experience. If you love yourself, others will love you. If you choose to see the world as a joyful playground, then that is the version of reality you will step into, and others will come to play joyfully with you in that playground. We encourage you to stop thinking of others as people you observe and deal with and decide how to characterize, and start recognizing that it's those very characterizations of yours that are the creative force. Those characterizations are your belief choices, and they literally define those versions of Sarah and Jane and Bill and Bob that you're intersecting with. Let's come back to that point we made in one above. Understanding all of this may at first be only an intellectual understanding, but here's the point of it all. As you settle into knowing the source of you, you will also settle into a living experience of your connectedness with that source, not just in special moments when you deliberately think about it, but as an ongoing, ever-present awareness. Some call that enlightenment and special, and something you can only aspire to after years of study and meditation. Here's what we call it: Normal. Normal. Being in the natural state of who you are. Choose to expect to get there, and you will. So what does all of this have to do with better relationships? Simply this. The reason all those how to do this or that, or how to find your soulmate courses you came across never worked is that you never really believed in them. Or rather, you knew they might work for that person over there who's very motivated or goal-oriented or cleverer than you are, but you never believed in you. Recognizing who you are is a powerful first step in believing in you, in learning to love you, because that's a place of power. And we don't mean power over others. It's the power to design this world of yours in new ways and turn it into anything you want it to be. There's peace in that place of power. There's fun and freedom in that place. There are ecstatic relationships in that place. Once you step internally into that place, those seemingly external things, and actually there's nothing external, it's all an inside job, simply show up on the movie screen in your mind. And the fun, really fun part of it is that not only are you manifesting your dreams, you know you're doing it. You feel yourself doing it. You've discovered your purpose in life. You're here doing what you came here to do, to be in this focused space-time realm and have new experiences, to give birth to new desires and create new things. It doesn't get any more fun than that. So now let's get to the nuts and bolts of it. Over these last few months with you, we've been talking a lot about two types of processes. Expansive processes designed to get you out of the day-to-day and away from the tyranny of that physical world you've wrapped around you, and focused processes designed to correct that expectation tapestry of yours and get your subconscious aligned with your new conscious choices. With all of these, we say, find the ones that work for you. Commit to using them. Adapt them and make them your own. Because you are uniquely you, and your path is uniquely your path. But as an example, let's play a little bit right now with our about face expansive process. Just before we get into this, let's set the scene, because we really want you to get that there's nothing sacred about this process or any process. There's no two of you will do it quite the same way. You can't get it right or wrong. As always, set your intention to get it right for you, by which we mean intend to discover what this process is all about and how to think of it and how to adapt it and how you will use it as your own, as something you simply do every day. This is not a magic pill to be taken as directed. This is you taking charge of you and your life. This is you finding out about yourself. This is you stepping powerfully into new ways of thinking. Have you got that? Let's set that intention right now. Okay, let's go. Get comfortable, close your eyes, get relaxed. Let the world fade into the background here. We're going to take a time out. It's 3 steps and it'll take maybe a minute or 2. We recommend you do it, or something equivalent to it, 12 times a day, or 112, more is better. And it will take you only a few seconds once you get it down. Step 1, be the observer. Simply observe yourself. Here you are at the fingertips, at the extremity of you. How are you doing right now? Remember, no judgments. No beating up on yourself. You can't get it wrong. And if observing is all you do at first, that's fine. It's a great first step. Simply observe. Then, step number 2. In your mind, do an about face. Experience the whole of you. Experience your connection back to Source. Let go of everything. Give it all back to the universe and just be at one with all that is. Because you are one with all that is. And this is just a brief moment of allowing yourself to be aware of that. Then, step 3. Do another about face. But this time observe yourself in the world as you now choose it to be. In the context of our discussion today, see yourself in the world with wonderful relationships, mixing it up with those other consciousnesses, with excitement and adventure. Good. So there are your 3 simple steps. Commit and the universe moves with you. In 30 days, you can inhabit a new you. If you are new to the idea of imaging yourself like this, no big deal. Play with it. Get used to it. Decide you can do this. Believe you can make a difference, because the only difference you can make is an internal difference. And that's because it's all internal. Everything is. Get past the idea of using the law of attraction and get used to the idea of being what you want, and thereby inhabiting a version of you inside a version of the world as you would have it be. You don't have to be a mystic in a cave for 50 years to get to this place. It's just a matter of commitment and focus. Wherever you go, there you are. Whoever came up with those words had it right. You can't leave one place and go and find the perfect life. You can't leave a bad relationship and find Mr. Right or Ms. Right or your one and only true soulmate, and then all will be wonderful. If it isn't wonderful now, for at least some of the time, in the place you are now, with the person you're with now, then moving on is not going to change anything. Keep imagining what you want. Keep choosing to see the good parts and blow those all out of proportion. And guess what? Those good parts get proportionately predominant. In the end, it doesn't matter if you move on or not. You will have found you, and all will be well. Here are some words from Theos today. Your current reality is simply feedback of your vibrational set point up to now. Every moment is a new beginning. It is liquid and it flows. Therefore, you have the power to flow back into alignment over and over again. And as you do, know that well-being is dominant, regardless of your current moment reality. And you have the ability in each and every moment to experience that well-being in the moment you choose, in the moment you decide. Amen. That world out there, things and people, is a reflection of you. And those things and people will be and behave as you have chosen to believe they will. They are all a mirror reflection of your choices. You can work diligently at doing things to change the world or find better people, but that work will change absolutely nothing. What you need to do is change how you think. That's an internal action process. Without an internal belief change, there's no force in heaven or on earth that can change anything. But when you decide that things really are different, nothing that exists can prevent it from showing up, because your beliefs create everything that exists. So, if you came here looking for the formula, for the quick solution to better law of attraction relationships, our intention over these next few weeks is to give you an opportunity to rethink that path you're on. First, we say, discover yourself. Then, know yourself. And then, above all, lighten up. Have fun with all of this, even as we are having fun dancing this dance with you. There is much love for you here, and we look forward to our longer discussion and your questions.
This hangout on air was the summary of our theme for the week. We do 3 live calls a week with Q&A for our members on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can become a member by going to the loaclub.com/join. Our longer discussion continues now with Q&A, and this is an open call, so members and guests are welcome to bring your questions or comments about relationships. Remember, we will be beginning our 4-week challenge next Saturday. I think it's May 13th. And if you would like to join us on that, send us an email and let us know, and we'll get you set up. There will be information about it actually in your upcoming emails. So over to you, Rachel.